floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the dance floor. Practice in front of that mirror, girl, you twerking it on the floor. Twerking it on the dance floor. Twerking it on the dance floor. Twerking it on the dance floor.
All right, hey guys, so this is part 2 of our 3-part video series covering our trip to the Arnold Classic. So on Friday we went to the Pro Raw Challenge, and then the next day we spent a lot of time at the Expo, and this was where we got to meet just a whole bunch of people that we'd been following online for a long time. And probably the person I was most excited to finally meet in person was Norton. And a lot of people might not realize this, but Lane was actually my coach for the Canadian Junior Nationals way back in 2012, and he was sort of the person who taught me the basic groundwork when it comes to tracking macros and a science-based approach to bodybuilding and nutrition. So it was really sweet to actually meet him in person. And you'll see Marshall Johnson there in the background, who we met as well. And then it was Doug Miller. So this guy looks 10 times as freaky in person than he does
to meet Doug.
in photos and videos.
I fangirl Doug.
Yes, Robin's been fangirling Doug ever since we got back. And it was pretty cool. Doug actually signed a photo for us, Jeff and Robin. Keep crushing it. And so at the Expo, there was just a whole bunch of booths. The thing was packed, and I didn't really want to have my camera going, so I snapped a pic of the Hodge twins here, who were actually just in fantastic shape and had a huge line. This is Marissa Bish on Instagram.
4 H's, I'm pretty sure.
And so I met her and her boyfriend Frank McGrath, who is from the same province on the east coast of Canada that I'm from. So it was really cool to get a photo with Marissa and chat and catch up with Frank a little bit because, you know, we had met before. And then I met Candido, and we were going to go and play basketball, but I think Candido got invited out for pizza, and so that took precedence over any sort of cardiovascular training, of course. And so I didn't get any of that on film, but what I did manage to do was get a little bit of footage from my workout with Ian McCarthy of Lifting for Life. And it was really cool to be able to connect with Ian because he's a guy that I've been following pretty much since the beginning of my science-based journey in bodybuilding. And so, yeah, this is our back workout that we did. It was actually filmed right before I went to the night show, and so we didn't get to do a whole lot. But here at the beginning, you'll hear Ian joking. He said to do a 4-second concentric because he always gets a hard time on the YouTubes for his time under tension stuff, and I think a lot of people misrepresent him about that. So he was just playing around, and I tried to do a 4-second concentric on the first rep, and it just threw off the whole rest of the set. I think it was done on purpose. So yeah, we kicked it off with wide grip lat
Ian's
pull
actually
downs.
a really funny guy in real life. Like, he just is constantly making jokes and doesn't take himself too seriously. It's it was really cool to meet him and hang out with him, and Anthony as well, and Ian's girlfriend.
Yeah, and so I think we did something like 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps ish. And this is my friend Anthony and Ian's friend, who, you know, I had connected with online, but we finally got to train in person. Like Robin said, you know, it was just cool to meet like-minded people who have similar science-based approaches and are passionate about training and the same sort of stuff. And, you know, we had some really cool conversations about protein intake, meal timing, meal frequency, training, and it's really cool to be able to, you know, converse with people who are educated on the topic. So after we did those wide grip lat pull downs, we switched to neutral grip pull downs with a slight lean backwards, and you'll notice I'm going really slow here, and
It was a new exercise for us. We hadn't really tried it before, or we thought it was a new exercise. We were doing it weird, I think, because we used much lighter weight than I think other Ian and Anthony.
Yeah, so I used the same weight as Ian's girlfriend for this exercise, but what I was trying to focus on here was actually treating the movement as if it were a pullover, and it was a different feel, that's for sure. I'll just leave it at that.
And here's me posing. We decided to do, well, I decided to do some posing afterwards because I'm really trying to practice like farther out from the show so that I get used to going through my routine and like adding a little bit more flair and just being more comfortable on stage. So it was kind of cool. Jeff asked to film it, so I agreed, and yeah, so here's a little clip of my routine. I'm still working on my wave. That has been like, I don't know why, I'm just so awkward with my hands. I don't know what to do, but yeah. Oh, and here's me. I guess I was posing in between sets, so here's me trying to do that same movement. And like Jeff said, it was like, I don't know, we were trying to do it like pullover-ish, but I think it was just supposed to be a closed grip, like 45-degree angle, like pull down. But yeah. Live and learn, I guess.
Yeah, so here's Ian is going to go for a PR. So yeah, you can see that like he's not really treating it as a pullover in the same way that I was.
It's just like a close grip, like a neutral grip pull down.
Yeah, just go.
And he just kind of like changes his back angle throughout the concentric, I guess.
How'd that feel?
But Ian and Anthony are both really well thought through when it comes to exercise and the biomechanics of those exercises as he strikes his pose. So then after that, we did, and you can see Ian doing some 45-degree back extensions there, and that was sort of how we finished off the workout.
With some more posing. Jeff is a really good poser. And he does practice posing all year pretty well. Like every once in a while he'll do some posing. And
the lighting was really good in this gym, but you almost need at least some amount of melanin in order to
yeah. We are like typical, like what you would expect Canadians. We have zero skin pigmentation. Like I'm see-through and Jeff is just like, yeah, Jeff's see-through.
And so this is what I need to bring up this year is that thickness through the, I mean, I have the width there in terms of my
and the
lats.
back butt.
Yeah, and I have the upper butt.
What did that guy call it? Like, there's a really funny comment on your Instagram just describing like what the back butt is. What was it? It was like a weird, like oh, he was like hashtag lat ass. It was really funny. Oh, and here I'm like teaching Anthony and Ian how to pose bikini. Like Anthony is so good at it. Like he just like hit that pose. Like look at him. And Ian gave me a little suggestion. He thinks that I should put my hand on the other hip because he thinks it looks better. There I am trying to like emphasize the hand placement. Look at Anthony, like, damn, it's really good.
Alright guys, so that's part 2 of the video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks.
Come in your life and call, hurt your feelings.